Good morning, it is Friday. Welcome back to another vlog. We are up in Adam, it's just after 10 and we are headed to our first event today that hopefully will not get canceled. Cabs are easier when you're just trying to go to like an intersection. There's the Rockefeller tree. We'll get a better shot of it at another point, but it's still fun to look at from the cab. What was that you just said?
The Rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Because this is something like we could see Moulin Rouge in Chicago. We cannot see. It's the only other show that I could think of.
Yeah. That wasn't like a Broadway show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Rockettes, y'all.
I'm so excited because
Have you ever seen them?
No, I've never seen them. All the times I've been in New York, I've never seen them. The only time is, you know, we did that tour with the girls. Remember?
Yeah, you've toured Radio City.
Radio City, and we talked to a Rockette. Yeah.
We toured Radio City. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've toured Radio City multiple times. That is also very cool and highly recommend if you like shows and you have a dancer. Like touring Radio City is a super cool experience, but then also seeing the Rockettes. But you can tour Radio City any time of the year. You can only see the Rockettes November, December. So. Yep. There it is. Well, surprise, it was also canceled. That's just how things are going this weekend. So yeah, we at least didn't make it inside this time. We were standing outside. Oh, it got really bright outside. We were standing outside waiting to go in, and they came out and announced that the show was canceled. There were people that had already gotten inside though, that they had to let out, and we saw people with drinks. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like they could have known earlier. I don't know. So we went to brunch and ate, got some coffee. So now we are gonna go do a little bit of shopping, some retail therapy, getting all of our refunded tickets back and maybe go spend it on some other things. I also have a couple different particular pairs of shoes that I would like to buy. More about that in one of my upcoming goals videos. I know I like ramble about it at some point. So we're gonna go see if we can maybe find them here, and that will be one less thing that we need to do next week. We were planning to do it together in Chicago next week, so we're gonna maybe get it done today. At this point, we're kind of like, we could, like, there are other tickets this weekend for the Rockettes, right? Like, I could buy them for tomorrow or Sunday, but at this point, like, I feel like we can't risk that. Like, if we buy tickets for something, it's just gonna get canceled again. And so, for now, we're just gonna continue to focus on the things that we can control, the things that we've already planned, and hope that it all works out. All right, well, we did some shopping. we ended up in a lot of different stores. We went to the store that's in New York called De Janeiro. That's kind of like, I don't really know what to call it. It's like almost like a Marshalls or TJ Maxx, but like
Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah, like Nordstrom Rack kind of. And I got like a dress that would be great if we end up with New Year's plans. I don't know that we will. And a couple like tops just for filming in colors that I like. And then we went to both Saks off 5th and Bloomingdale's, and I got 2 different shoe options for the wedding. I'm gonna take them both home and kind of like wear, they look pretty similar. I'm gonna kind of wear them around, see which pair is more comfortable, and then return the one that I decide not to keep. We also went to Aerie and got ridiculously soft shirts, and I got a pair of like super soft shorts. Did you get the shorts too? Mm-mm. No, you decided not to. So good. I mean, I just want to touch everything in that store. And then we went to Zara. Nobody ended up with anything. Is that it? Is there anywhere else?
Bloomingdale's.
I said Bloomingdale's, yeah. Bloomingdale's and off 5th together. Yeah. Lots of things. So now we're headed back to the apartment quickly just to drop off the bags because we don't want to carry them around for the rest of the day. And then we're headed to our afternoon touristy attraction. I never get tired of Grand Central. It's so pretty. And then you can kind of see the Chrysler building right there. All right, we're back in a cab. That was very cool. So we went to the top. It's a new building in New York. The address and the name of the building is 1 Vanderbilt, and it's called The Summit, is what's like the experience is called. And you go to, I think you start at the 91st floor, and there's all these different cool exhibits, and they all have different names. And there's like the mirrors, and there's these like big plastic balls, and there's just like, it's very cool. It was just such a unique experience. There are a lot of buildings to go to the top of in New York, and one of the things I always say when people ask for New York City recommendations is go to the top of a tall building. Obviously the Empire State Building is the most iconic, but when you go to the top of the Empire State Building, you don't get to see the top of the Empire State Building. And so I used to always recommend the top of the Rock. Then they opened up One World Trade, which is also a great option, but a lot of people don't go down to that part of the city, so it's a little bit of a different like it's a lot of extra work. Whereas a lot of people do hang out in the neighborhood that the top of the rock where the tree is, or like the Empire State Building is. This one though is very cool because it's not only in like a convenient location, but it's also like more of an experience than just like go to the top of the building, take some pictures and go back down. And you get to see Central Park and Rockefeller, you get to see the Empire State Building, you get to see the One World Trade Center building, you get to see, like, it's just very cool. And highly recommend paying for the extra cost to do, it's called Ascent, it's like the extra glass elevator at the top. And then also highly recommend to pay the extra to go at sunset, because it was really beautiful and it was really nice to be able to take pictures while it was like bright and we could see things, and then also take pictures once it was starting to get dark. So we had a really great time and highly recommend.
Wow. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna let you guys take over. Wow. So awesome. Oh wow. Not what I was told.
Oh my gosh, I just got the cutest package, although I'm pretty sure I opened it wrong because I think this was probably supposed to like explode in some way, shape, or form, and I like opened it upside down and ended up with all the confetti on the table. But it was a package from a company called Greetable. I've never heard of this company before, but it came with Sugarfina champagne bears and then a cute note. How sweet is this? With like, she added in special things like my photo and the logo. And Catherine, this is just so thoughtful. So thank you so much for sending this. I just like, I know I opened it wrong, but I'm gonna save this part because this is so thoughtful, and like this is, you know, it's one of those big moments, and I just really appreciate you celebrating and just wishing me congrats. And I'm so excited, obviously. I mean, you've been watching. Actually, we are so behind. I should open advent calendars before we have friends get here. But the confetti is like everywhere. I also got this in the mail. I posted about it on Instagram if you follow me there. But this is a sweatshirt from my sorority. Did like an alumni sweatshirt, and it is so, it's like really nice. It's stitched and soft on the inside, and I'm so freaking excited to wear this. Like, I don't know. I just love it, and I love navy. Okay, I am headed out to get ice so we can make some margaritas. Originally, the plan for tonight was we were having some friends over and we were gonna have some margaritas and a couple drinks at the apartment, and then we were headed to that Disney DJ night, which is just like one of my favorite things here in New York. But of course, it was also canceled. So we still have friends coming over, not as many. Some of them are like, no, I'm just gonna stay in instead. But so we still have a couple friends coming over. I mean, I bought like, you know, chips and dip and stuff to make margaritas, pineapple margaritas. So I still want them to come over, and it's like good friends of mine. And so having them see my, you know, see my mom and sister and whatnot, even though they're gonna see them again, I guess in a month at the bachelorette party, but it just will be nice to hang out a little bit of girl time. And then I think we're gonna go check out this Christmas bar that's actually in my neighborhood that I've never been to. And so it just feels like a good kind of, not quite Disney music, although before I left to get ice, I did put on a Disney playlist like at the apartment. So we're gonna just make our own Disney night. Good morning. It is Saturday and we are headed to our first excursion of the day, which is the Gossip Girl tour. And I have mentioned this a number of times when giving recommendations for New York, is that if you are a fan of Gossip Girl or Sex and the City, the tours that they do here of the location, of the filming location sites, is fantastic. We have done both of them multiple times. Well, we haven't done the Gossip Girl one multiple times. This is our second time. But last time that they were here and we did it, Allie was super sick, and it was also 5 years ago. So we're gonna do it again. Y'all, I can't make these things up. It wasn't canceled, but something else in our plans just like didn't end up working out. Okay, so first off, the Gossip Girl tour was fun. It was a smaller group, which I guess they're probably doing for safety purposes. So the bus that we were on was not the same as the other buses. In the past, and I've done multiple tours with this company, the buses had TVs and they showed you like a clip of the movie or TV show or whatever it was before you saw the spot, and they didn't do that. And so I don't know, I didn't like that as much, and we didn't get out.
No, because I like the fact that the tour guide was more knowledgeable, so
she did know more. Yes,
she could talk more about the scenes rather than us watching the video.
Okay, that's true. She was more knowledgeable for sure. I agree with you on that. I liked being able to see the clips and being reminded of the scene. And then we also didn't get out at as many places. So the last time we did it, we got out at Dylan's Candy Bar, which Dylan's location closed down. So that's not the tour's fault. But we also last time got out at Bendel's, and we didn't get out at Bendel's this time. And then we ended like almost 30 minutes early. So I don't know. Anyways, then came downtown to go to the top of One World Trade. and it's too cloudy. I mean, it's not too cloudy to go up. They were like, you could go up, but you're not gonna be able to see anything. So if you'd like to, you can reschedule for another day. So that's what we did. We moved our tickets to tomorrow, and we might have to rearrange some things that we were gonna do tomorrow to come back down here to do that, but they weren't offering refunds, they were only offering reschedules. So now we are walking to a brunch place actually down here in the financial district. I think it actually is probably, the brunch place is probably a little bit further north and not considered that anymore, that I actually really like. So I'm kind of excited. All right, so tonight we are doing kind of a Upper East Side, my favorite spots. If you have not been following me or you don't remember, I lived in Upper East Side for pretty much my whole New York time. I don't know what to call it. I lived here for just over 8 years. Since I moved to New York, I lived in the Upper East Side, so lots of places that I love up here. And so I've been taking my mom and sister to some of my favorite spots. So we started at this bar that's called UAS, which stands for Upper East Side. That's like a speakeasy in like an ice cream shop, and they have the most fun menu that is just all like different Upper East Side places and super fun fancy cocktails. So I always like to start there. They do take reservations, which is also the best place to start, like to start your night with reservations. So we go there, have a cocktail, and then go to one of my favorite sushi places in the Upper East Side, which is BYOB, which is so fantastic. It is cash only, but totally willing to do that in order to BYOB. So you bring a bottle of wine, and their sushi is great. It is so reasonably priced for New York, and just like one of my favorite spots. My dad actually discovered it. He gets all the credit for finding that. So we just got done with that, and now we of course are headed to my favorite bar in all of Manhattan, regardless of neighborhood, which is Brandy's. It is a piano bar in the Upper East Side, and it's the best. Brandy's like will forever have my heart, and like for the rest of my life when I come back to New York, I feel like I want to go to Brandy's. If you watch the video of the engagement vlog where my mom was vlogging, which is just like the best, they went to Brandy's. My parents, all 4 of my parents went to Brandy's without me the night before we got engaged, and that's like still one of my, like, we're going south, 84th and then between 2nd and 3rd. It was just like one of those moments when I found out that they were there the night before without me. I was like, that's what the heck. Obviously it was all a surprise that they were in town. So anyways, that is where we're headed now, which I'm so excited about. I haven't been in a very long time, and I'm just very thankful that they were able to pivot, and they did some creative things to make it through the pandemic, and I'm just very thankful for that, because I know that there were a lot of bars and restaurants that didn't make it. So I'm glad that I'm able to do this little Upper East Side tour for them and take them to all my favorite spots, and that my favorite spots are still around. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video here so we can go enjoy the rest of our night. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. But the show is canceled. Surprise! It was also canceled. But of course, it was also canceled. Which it closed down. That's not the